somewhere in, back of my mind, I was always missing out on creating songs that, I could connect with, or I wanted people to connect with or talk about. So YouTube opportunity came around that, you can now start creating your own songs. So I said, let me use this to explore the composer lyricist in me.
Hello, guys. You're watching the video of your favorite music podcast, 9XM SoundCastE, with me, Eva Bhatt. Let me thank my wardrobe partner, Kiayo, the pride of Kutch. Guys, I'm super, super excited, elated to be having Shaan Dada with us once again on this podcast.
All good?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Eva. I'm good.
Good to see you.
Thank you, Eva. I really didn't know that was because I am actually technically or technologically a dud. I am very bad with all this. But of course, you just have to trust people and so trust systems. But of course, I'm a people's person, so it's always nice to communicate, to talk, to share ideas. And so thank you so much for making me sound like very, but yeah, I'm open, I'm ready to update, so yeah, a lot of people, went through a very, very crazy lull, kind of a downer through the lockdown. But somehow, I think I came through that, a little more, I learned a few new things. I did a few new things and came through with some more positivity, actually, more than anything else. So it was nice for me. It wasn't that
absolutely.
bad. Got to spend a lot of time with, friends and family, time with self, spend more time on my music, on my, health. So it's actually was a very positive break for me.
Yes, and health for sure, because the new Shaan Dada or Shaan that we are enjoying in your songs, like, back-to-back hits, Rang Le and Ji Lenge and so many other hits of yours that you are releasing. And you look as if you've just entered the city. You have just launched your career. I mean, Tanha Dil was the start of our, young, youthful days, different kind of a sound and vibe that, Shaan, you brought us in indie music, that indie pop era and today's indie, music. You are ruling. And Shaan, what is the secret? Please spill the beans.
No, honestly, all credit to Tanha Dil should go to Ram Sampath. Ram Sampath, even today, just some days back, I was listening to that whole soundtrack and it still sounds like someone would have made it like just 1 or 2 years ago. It's in fact more evolved than the music that we're listening to now. And all that is his, literally a young boy with those, 2 keyboards that, he produced that kind of music and sound. I'm glad I could write the lyrics at that point, So since then, it kind of gave me a lot of encouragement. I wrote in the previous album also that we did together, Lovology. And the only reason was that not that I thought I'm some great lyricist, but just that, at that time, poetry had its own kind of, do's and don'ts. So shairi or, the kind of words, but they wouldn't go out of the regular situations. They would always write songs on the same few situations. So if I had to write a song like Bhool Ja, they'd get into some heavy words. So I felt that, the message or the communication is probably more important than the vocabulary or the grammar, which is why I decided to write songs on situations. Like Tanha Dil is about leaving home and, settling in a new place and, going through all those, emotional upheavals when you're somewhere else. Bhool Ja is just telling someone that, it's okay, there are bad times, you break off and things like that happens, but you have to be able to move on. And, these things are easier said than when someone has to go through it. But I'm so happy that so many people still today come back and say, that song really helped me get over, a bad breakup and, make me feel positive. So yeah, all that happened, 22 years ago. And of course, I had this whole Bollywood journey, so to say, starting from 2000 all the way. But somewhere in, back of my mind, I was always missing out on creating songs that, I could connect with, or I wanted people to connect with or talk about. So, when this whole YouTube generation, so to say, or the YouTube opportunity came around that, you can now start creating your own songs. So I said, let me use this to explore the composer lyricist in me. And so So whatever I've put out so far, except for the last track that I put out, Kabakashi, which of course is composed by my father. So there is a connection to that song also. It's mostly songs that I've all the songs that I've composed and a few songs I've also written, because all these years I've been singing for movies. I've been singing songs that have been given to me. Mega hits, be it Chand Sifarish or be it all Jab Se Tere Naina, Om Shanti Om,
Dil Chahta Hai,
Dawn,
and
or
Three
whatever the songs
Idiots,
were.
and
But those were, I was just lucky that right place, right time. When I was involved with the song, even if I maybe have not written or composed it, but it was pretty much a collaboration effort where I would think, yeah, let's design it like that. Let's talk about this. Let's push the tune to this space. So that I was really missing. And I think with this whole, with the Bollywood lull in my career, I'm very happy that I got a chance to work on my own music. I don't think any other artist of my, my time or from Bollywood has been as active creating original music as I have been. So I'm happy about that. And someday, I will also have a hit. But until then, I'll keep making songs.
But Shaan, this child in you, I mean, you were a boy then, Tanha Dil, we still remember when that video released and, all the girls were like, who's that guy? Who's that boy? I mean, including me. Hello. So then we all were like, oh my God, we do remember that, Shaan. And then you guys set the tune, the sound, the vibe of indie pop era, and then moving on to today's the evolved technology driven and YouTube and social media backed indie music era that you are now enjoying, absolutely enjoying, as if you have, as I said, as if you have just got launched, or it's like your debut. I mean, that fresh energy, that exuberance, that is something so motivating. A lot to learn from you, sir. Absolutely.
No, thank you. On that, Eva, I just want to say is that, that's just, some people just have it. I learned this from, I'll tell you, I mean, I was inspired to encourage myself to think like this from the one and only Asha Bhosle ji. She always said कि मेरे लिए हर दिन नया दिन है, हर गाना मेरा पहला गाना या मेरा आखिरी गाना है, और हर लम्हे को मैं जीती हूँ शान, हर लम्हा मेरे लिए जो हो चुका so I remember once, it was not an intense discussion, but over something I asked her, and then she just said this to me, and I just felt that what a beautiful way to look at things. Like, yeah, look at Asha ji's life. So many tragic situations that she has dealt with, but she's always there, ready, with full energy, full life. So she's someone who's not just inspired me as a singer, but also, as a human being that she is. So that, and, you draw inspiration from so many of your seniors who, over the times have said certain things, but, they filter into your system. And so I want to always keep that childlike enthusiasm in anything and everything that I do. And even on that, I want to tell you one more thing. You and me have to do a song together. I'm ready with the name. We just need to find someone whose name is Lou.
Bye.
I'm Shaan, you're Eva. So if you get Lou, we create evolution.
Oh my God.
Not a revolution, but evolution. I think to evolve, to have a feeling of evolution is very important, because things seem to be, getting a little bit of there is more of a, slump, more of a, retardation in things that are happening. So we need to create an evolution.
Evolution.
So evolution.
Oh my God, this is
very
special.
bad joke.
This is
very interesting.
You have the choice to sit depressed in, and maybe over a glass and just say that, oh my God, मैंने तो क्या git दिए हैं, आजकल के बच्चे तो क्या कर. You guys have the choice. How do you not get into that and touch wood, but that's so, it's sort of easy, right? It's easy, sort of. How do you pull yourself?
Yeah, but then you are just, you're dwelling in a moment that is the past. And honestly, I don't really remember what I've done so far. It doesn't excite me. I don't have any records of what songs I've sung. I sometimes I have a very bad memory, honestly. someone says, "Oh, that song," and I'm like, "Oh, which one? Oh, did I sing that?" Because I like, this is it. This is the moment. Today, I don't even think so much about tomorrow. Tomorrow also doesn't matter to me because that's not in your control. You don't know. But today is everything. Today I'm here in Jodhpur for the last few days, and I'm doing this show, Swayamvar Mikka Divoti.
Yes, of
Now
course.
I'm playing host. I'm playing host on the show. Now, a lot of people would have said, like, yeah, at this point of your life, why do you want to now hosting कब का छोड़ दिए हो, अभी कर रहे हो, और आपके दोस्त मिका शादी कर रहे हो, उसमें कोई भी host करते, why have you got into doing this, getting out of your comfort zone, getting locked into this, cooped into this place away from Mumbai. But I just feel that these are experiences that you shouldn't miss out on. And if you get too worried about what people will think, or about why get out of your comfort zone, then you miss out on a lot of things in life. I've so far I've sung, I've hosted on television, I've done lyrics, I've composed, I've acted very unsuccessfully, but I've enjoyed it. I've danced at a reality show. I've done radio. Pretty much covered whatever I could think I could do. So, and I still think that there's a lot more that I'm going to do if I'm, healthy and fit and in a sound mind.
Absolutely.
So yeah, there's no limit for a human being as long as you're open and you're willing to, take a chance.
Wow. No, but absolutely. I agree with everything, except the fact that you said that, unsuccessfully as an actor. But no, when you see the videos of Rangle or Ji Lenge, or these are the recent ones that I'm talking about, you watch any Shaan video, he is in his La La Land, and he knows that he's absolutely enjoying. You're so comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah, I'd done a video recently, and this is a beautiful song, Majboor Ho Gaye, and so there really the whole acting and action acting also came through, pulling someone out of a car that is burning, and but yeah, like you found me, I'm guilty of I have this a little actor inside me that I unsuccessful because वो फिल्में ही नहीं चली यार. Or and पता नहीं, I probably wasn't very prepared, but I still think picture abhi baki hai, and I've already done little acting in a film called Music School, which has Sharman Joshi and Shreya
yes,
Saran.
Of course,
Ilya Raja's, very nice film for children.
Jhanu Barua is a close friend. Yes, of course.
Oh yeah.
So I'm aware of.
It's a beautiful film on a very important subject, which is a subject of creative arts that should be introduced into schools at an early point. So that there are so many people, like, see, my father being a composer, I knew that maybe I might grow up to be a singer or a composer, but there are so many people who don't know how good they are in, say, dancing or painting or singing. Of course, fine arts mein phir bhi sikhate hain school mein, lekin creative arts, performing arts ke bare mein there is no course. So we are missing out on so many musicians, singers, actors, theatre artists who never got to know that they have this skill in them. So they should introduce this early, and also generally it adds concentration. It's a kind of a meditative feel. When you're learning music, you're blocking yourself out. You're putting in that me time. It just makes you a better, more sorted human being. A more content human being. Today, I find the kids just running, trying to, make a success out of their lives. But that contentment is also very important. It has to balance out. Wo sukoon or junoon, as in passion as well as, contentment. There has to be that balance on that. Sirf junoon mein aadmi jal jayega. Aur sirf sukoon mein aadmi jo hai
ठंडा पड़ जाएगा,
सो जाएगा. वो जल के साथ तो राइम नहीं मिला, लेकिन ढल जाएगा. अब बना है. सिर्फ जुनून हो ना, तो उस जुनून में आप झुलस जाओगे, जल जाओगे, और सिर्फ सुकून हो तो सुकून में कहीं ना कहीं आप ढल जाओगे. तो जिंदगी तो चलते रहने का नाम है. तो चाहे हाल ही में I lost my mother, which I'm still dealing with that grief, but But I realized that even she would also want me to just carry on, and I just have to carry on, and you have to be there for the people who are there around you, and you have to just be there for yourself, and that she's in you, she's with you. किसी ने मुझे बहुत ही अच्छे वक्त पर एक बहुत अच्छी बात बता दी, और वो मुझे इतना help किया to deal with my griefs. I'd like to share that.
Please.
That it was just a chance conversation with a very big Guruji, and he, that's why they are who they are. So he said that there are a lot of people who are probably alive, but they are not in your heart. You don't think of them so much. You don't care for them so much. So they are literally dead to you. And then there are people who are not in this world, but they are always in your heart. You're always thinking of them. You're always wanting to be with them. So they are still alive to you.
So who is alive and who is dead?
Yeah. So your mother is very much alive to you. More alive than a lot of people who are actually in this world who are alive. But they are not, they don't make a difference to you. But she does. So she is more alive to you than anyone else. So that also gave me a lot of strength.
Wow.
Yeah. I also, I read this book written by Shamak Davar, and, that spoke about the different, afterlife and the various realms that are there for us. Spoke about karma, spoke about things, and spoke about how when someone gets this beautiful moksha kind of like my mother she just went in her sleep quietly. No pain, no suffering, nothing. We spoke in the evening, Monday, and she's gone. So all that gave me a lot of strength that if you've led a life that is with a lot of contentment, detachment, maybe to some extent, then it's easy to move to the afterlife. So these days, while I'm also, of course, that child is also there in me, but I'm also, getting a little more spiritual. That's why a lot of my songs lately have been on those, even if they are fun party songs, but there is some kind of spiritual connect that I'm thinking I want to bring in. So the last song, Kabakashi, was a song that my father composed, written by Kapil Kumar, a very, very good lyricist. And, this year, Danga, communal
disharmony and all of that
were happening. So I just wanted to subtly make a song that just says that, we are fighting over God, but if God is not in your consciousness, if God is not in your system, then you're fighting over just nothing. You're just fighting over ego, and you're fighting over, bullshit, basically.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. Like, I was going through my playlist on one of the audio apps, and the name Kaaba Kashi just pulled me through. Kaaba Kashi, wo bhi Shaan. मतलब ये शान ही कर सकते हैं. Kaaba Kashi. I mean, and I was like, oh my God, ye gana kahan tha? I mean, why didn't I come across this song, unfortunately? But what a lovely gift from you, Shaan. Also, your Rangle, that
Rangle, rock, shares the same sentiment.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, we all loved it. And let's talk about your latest Dil Uddeya. Oh my God, Shaan, we are just loving it. And you are sizzling the temperature, I must say, in Maldives.
No, thank you so much. It was sizzling temperatures, and we shot this in the Maldives. It was a very, very, very hot day. But the song again, like I was telling you, that today I feel if there is no reason for a song, let's not just put out a song because you have a channel and you have the आपके पास वो सहूलत है तो आप चलो बना दो गाने और डाल दो और खुद वीडियो में जाके नाचो गाओ. लेकिन अभी आप कहेंगे कि दिल उड़िया में ऐसी कौन सी खास बात है. It's a rhythmic, fun, beach vibe kind of a song. But beach vibe is because the song is about happiness. The song is about bringing in. So though the song in one level is a love song, but the tune or the person that you're relating this love song is yourself. In the sense that if you don't connect with your happy self, and you don't, and nature inspires you also. You look at the waves in the sea, the breeze in the air, and look at everything from the point of view that मुझे ये खुशियाँ दे रही है, मुझे ये एक excitement दे रही है. तो सारा होठों से लगा ले मस्ती के प्याले, सारा आंखों से चुरा ले lamhe sare. So whatever you indulge in has to have some fun. Whatever you look at, it's all lamhe sare, like aankhon se chura le lamhe sare. People are constantly on their phones, but put it into your memory, put it into your mind, and so it goes on to the main track is Uddeya, Dil Uddeya, Ishqan de Aasmaan mein judeya, Dil judeya, jad tere naal ve. So if you don't connect with your happy self, it's very difficult to enjoy anything if you're not internally in a happy state of mind. So Uddeya, Dil Uddeya, Ishqan de Aasmaan mein. So my heart is flying. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. Punjabi today is as good as Hindi.
yes, you're right. But
and Judeya, Dil Judeya, Jad Tere Naal Ve, matlab, and then connect, which is why I didn't want to turn it into a romantic video. So people they wouldn't see the second dimension in it. And I have to talk about Unoosha. Unoosha is this singer who doesn't speak Hindi. She does not know Hindi. I mean, she's Maldivian, and she sings in English beautifully, and of course in her own language.
Yes.
And I was going to Maldives to do a show, and I said, why not get this? Everyone loves the Maldives, but we don't know much about their culture. We don't know much about their music. We don't know any Maldivian because there are just about 3 lakh Maldivians in the world, right? So that's not a big population. So, but as we've been just feasting on their beaches, on their waters, especially during COVID. Everyone is going to Maldives. I wanted to create a real human connection between the Maldivians and Indians. Indians are apparently the largest visiting
tours,
community to the Maldives. People think, it's so expensive, so maybe only Europeans. And of course, the last year there have been more Russians. This year again there are more Indians coming in. So we have such a strong connect to the place. So I said let's create an Indo-Maldivian song.
It's one of the many firsts that you have again given us. Amazing, Shaan.
Yeah, so that was my motivation to bring 2 artists together. There's a Maldivian section, a rap section, which Unoosha has done so beautifully, and she's written that herself. And that also talks about the same thing. That also talks about, if the love is not in your heart, you cannot spread it around. Even Rangle, to some extent, was the same philosophy.
Wow.
I find a lot of, this all started from the Tanha Dil Tanha Safar 2.0, which is dealing with chemical depression and dealing with how you come out of it. And I'm finding, today, thanks to social media, there is so much of, you can connect, but at the same time, there's a lot of loneliness where people are not connecting on a one-to-one with each other. 4 people in a room, all 4 are on their phones. Somewhere it is creating some kind of a wall. It is breaking some walls, but it's also creating some walls in our head. We're becoming slaves to constant companionship, but not anywhere else but through your phones and your laptops.
That FOMO that we talk about.
So Dil Uddeya is more about getting out there, being with people, connecting even with strangers, just so even if you see the video, it's like, they're jamming there. I'm probably just there in the resort. They call for me, I go in there. Then we party and, we have a great time, and it's okay, bye-bye, goodbye. We carry on. But you just create a beautiful, fun moment, which is full of love and excitement. And life is too short, I don't know what we keep waiting for.
Oh my God, wow. But Shaan, we have to also, learn from you, the way you sort of deliver every song of any different genre so easily, as if it's no big deal. Like, for example, sometimes when we see, some songs that are coming up nowadays that, trying too hard, okay, if it's Punjabi hip hop, trying too hard to just deliver a Punjabi hip hop, or if it's of any other genre, Sufi rock, or a rock. But you have done Bollywood, mainstream, commercial, masala. You have done romantic. Now you are getting in the Caribbean, Sufi, all sorts of genres. You can just deliver as if, like you, Sonu Nigam, all of you. You guys have to definitely tell this, share this, with the generation today, the upcoming, the aspiring artists. the secret to?
I think somewhere the confidence that that Bollywood gives you to be able to try different things is somewhere that you have to agree. Because when I was probably the last, of course, Sonu was easily 5 or 6 years senior to me when it comes to Bollywood music. I was doing indie pop at that point, but he had already started singing for films. So say the last would be KK, myself, Kunal, and we had that opportunity. I can speak for myself at least. I never got trapped in a box. So, I got to sing all kinds of songs, and certain songs are probably not my genre or style. But for me, I just have if I'm doing regional, I just have to get the pronunciation bang on, the expressions bang on. So I'm a little relentless that way. Ke nahi hua jab tak usko karte raho. So what happens is that when I know, okay, I'm singing a item गाना गा रहा हूँ, तो उसमें वो जोश, वो एनर्जी नहीं आए तो वो मजा नहीं आएगा उसका. हर चीज की पॉजिटिव चीजें होती है. उस आइटम गाने के कभी वर्ड्स अजीब अजीब होते हैं. So if you get turned off by that, then you won't be able to deliver. You have to look at the positive of that. If I'm doing like a soft romantic song, तो automatically मेरा throw कुछ अलग होना चाहिए. If I'm doing like a anglicized kind of song, तो उसमें एक हल्का सा एक twang, the scatting should be different from doing an alap for a and all those songs also you're guided by the composers. Then some really gifted composers. So they allowed me to try so many different styles. And then I explored, pushed a little more. Like when I did Rangle, I realized that I've never done a Sufi rock song. So I took the rock energy and used the that spiritual straight from the heart zone and try to do that. So kahin na kahin wo sare ingredients aapko mil jate hai. At least you've stepped 2 or 3 steps not into the deep sea of every genre, but at least you've wet your feet a little bit. So that gives you the confidence to try different genres. So I would give Bollywood and all my composers,
wow,
who believed that I could try all these different things. Like if I did a Jab Se Tere Naina and someone heard me singing maybe Mohabbat Hai Mirchi, they'd say like, अरे यार इससे कैसे ये गाना निकम्मा किया. I did निकम्मा किया, and then I missed out on Bardasht because that was meant to be a sequel. It was a similar track, but I wasn't there. I was on a tour. So when I came back, and then I called up Himesh, the composer. Just gently I said that I've had a child. I've had a child, and he was like, "Oh, daddy ban gaye ho. आ जाओ अपना गिफ्ट ले लो." तो ऐसे गिफ्ट ले लो मतलब मैं अभी कहाँ से आऊँ? I've just had a kid. I have to be here with my नहीं ये सब तो चलता रहेगा, but अभी I have a song right now for you. I was like, and then the song is मोहब्बत है मिर्ची सनम.
God, that craziness only Himesh and you can do.
गिफ्ट कैसे? बोले नहीं देखो ये चलता रहेगा, but never remember one thing, your songs, your stuff, and अभी याद आया कि बर्दाश्त के बाद अभी क्या हो गया था. I did one, KK did one, and now he had another second. The third song was in the same zone. So he was probably thinking KK से गवाऊं, शान से गवाऊं, and then मेरा phone आया तो इसे अभी आ जाओ, अभी गाना करके जाओ. So anyway, strange things. I also believe a lot of things are about timing. A lot of things are meant to happen, and things are preordained. तो इतना सोचना नहीं चाहिए इंसान को. Go with the flow.
Wow, go with the flow. And I will never forget the thing that you said, in your last episode with us in 2020, that कोई भी गाना गाते वक्त किशोर दा का गाना जैसे आपने पूरा गा के हमें बताया था कि जब लोग किशोर दा का गाना गाते हैं तो वो एकदम किशोर दा के गाने की स्टाइल को या उसकी आवाज को एक्चुअली मिमिक करके जबरदस्ती बना के ऐसे गाते कोशिश करते हैं. लेकिन जो दिल से गाना चाहिए वो वो बहुत जरूरी है. और that is what we see in your singing, Shaan. Even if it is a romantic song, it is not like आप भर के वो इमोशनल करके वो आप ऐसे गा रहे हैं लिरिक्स को इतना आसानी के साथ, इतना आसानी से आप इजीली, क्योंकि तभी इमोशंस आ जाते हैं. क्योंकि आमतौर पर इंसान ऐसे तो नहीं गाएगा ना जैसे कोई एकदम प्रोफेशनल सिंगर हो, वैसे तो गाता नहीं है कोई. तो that's what works with you, that एकदम आसानी से you just do it without telling people that I'm a trained singer, I've done this, I've done that, but it's just another simple boy next door singing. That's the feel that you
No,
create.
yeah, like I told you, you learn these from the greats. You learn these from people who can do so much, and yet they just keep it simple. But the
Rafi.
more important thing is that fine balance. कि आप कोई चीज गा